Okay, so this is my review of LG's new home cinema projector, the LG HU710P hybrid 4K projector. So a long name, but this is a projector that costs $2,500, but sometimes you can find it on sale. But LG is hoping that this will spruce up your home entertainment setup. And I will tell you, the biggest thing that we are concerned with projectors is going to be the picture quality, and you don't have to have a concern with this projector because right out of the box, it looks great. And that's mostly due to the fact that this projector does have this hybrid light source setup. So basically it uses two light sources, one that is LED and one that is laser, and combines that to make something that has some really great color accuracy, whether it's HDR10 or HLG, and just wherever you're streaming it from, whether it's YouTube or Netflix or other places, and it's gonna look really great out of the box. And so look, I am a person that doesn't really like to mess with color a lot out of the box, and some projectors are either a little bit too warm or too cool out of the box. This one just looked fantastic. But you do have some adjustments that you can make in the software. And so you have your typical picture modes that you can choose from filmmaker to cinema to sports to gaming, but I mostly kept it in standard. I was really happy with that. And then you have iris mode, which gives you some flexibility to adjust the picture brightness depending on the lighting setup in your room that you have the projector in. So you have bright, you have medium, you have dark room, and also a custom user preset that you can use to adjust. And this projector can get up to 2,000 lumens of brightness, so that is plenty bright. So even if you do turn on a light in the room or you have the blinds open, the picture is still going to come in bright enough to where you're not going to be annoyed. So you don't always have to be in some dark cave type of setup. You can have some of the lights on in your room and still get some really good quality. And so look, of course, in the settings, you have even more settings to adjust the picture to how you want. But again, if you're a basic guy like me and you just want the picture to look as good as possible with minimum adjustment, this projector is one of the best looking projectors that I've used right out of the box. Oh, and as far as like maintenance for this projector, LG says if you keep it in eco or low power mode where the brightness is going to be kind of low, this projector will last you around 30,000 hours before you have to think about getting the light source and stuff replaced or maintenance on it. And then if you do keep it in like the regular standard modes or even like the high brightness modes, you can look at getting around 20,000 hours out of this light source. And that 20,000 hours works out to like 833 days. So I didn't just do that math in my head. I suck at math, but that's a long time. And by the time you even have to start thinking about maintenance on this projector, we'll probably already have like things like projector contact lenses or something like that. So this thing will last you a while. Now this projector can put out a picture size that ranges between 40 and 300 inches, even though a lot of people are probably going to stick around the 100 to 150 inch range, depending on your projector screen. But no matter what, the good thing about this projector is that it does have physical manual controls where you can actually make the picture bigger and smaller. So basically zoom controls. So you can leave the projector in one place and adjust that image to your projector screen so you don't always have to like move the projector really back or move it up close. Now also next to this zoom ring, you will find a focus ring that will allow you to get that picture nice in focus and crispy. But it would have been nice to see autofocus in this projector because I have seen that in projectors that cost less than this one. But even if it didn't have that, I would have liked to have seen LG find some way to add some type of focus peaking inside of this projector. And it's very similar to cameras where if you are using manual focus, you can basically see the color lines to make sure that everything really is in focus. Where on this projector, you know, because you're using the manual controls, you might be off by just a little bit and that can result in a blurry image. It's not a big deal, just something that's on my wish list. And then some other manual controls that you do have with this projector deal with the manual lens shift. So this allows you to move the picture up and down so you don't have to worry about finding a table that's tall enough for this projector or putting some books underneath it. This is really great for being able to get that picture lined up with your projector screen. And then you also do have some adjustable feet on the bottom of this projector that will allow you to make some little fine-tuned adjustments, especially if you're using this projector on an uneven surface. Now, this projector does not have any type of auto keystone, meaning that you can kind of like point the projector at the screen, and if you're off by a little bit, like as far as your angles, it'll automatically adjust to make the picture look very straight and even on the screen. But you do have some really good manual controls. So basically you have multiple different point adjustments that you can use, and this type of edge adjustment ranges from 4 to 9 to 15 points. And so this is nice as far as manual controls, but I still would have liked to see some type of auto keystone adjustment. Now let's take a look at the ports on the back of this projector and talk about connectivity. So on the back you have an Ethernet port, you have 2 USB Type A ports for plugging in USB drives and stuff, and then also you have 3 HDMI ports, and we'll come back to those in a second, and then also optical out, and then also you have this very convenient joystick back here that will allow you to be able to easily navigate the software on the screen, and it also acts as a power button. Now let's get back to the 3 HDMI ports. So 2 of those are HDMI 2.0, the old school HDMI 2.0, but then also one of those is going to be HDMI 2.1. But before you get your hopes up yet, no, this does not support 4K 120, and that's because every HDMI 2.1 port isn't made equally. This doesn't have enough bandwidth to be able to support that, so you're stuck with 4K 60 frames per second if you're thinking about plugging in like the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5 into this for that top of the line gaming at 4K 120 hertz that those 2 consoles really do advertise. So look, that's definitely not ideal, but I still found gaming on this projector to be really fun and really nice. Again, the picture quality looks really great, and this does support ALLM, which stands for auto low latency mode. So basically it will recognize when you do plug in like your new Xbox or something, and it'll automatically change it down to low latency. When I'm playing Halo here, every time I press down on the button or something, things are going to react faster on the projector. And then on the software front, when you are gaming, you can bring up this game optimizer overlay, which will give you some information like being able to allow you to choose what game genre that you're playing, like first-person shooters or an RPG or RTS, and this will basically allow the software to adjust some of the settings for those particular type of genres. But then also you can go a little bit deeper and you can adjust the black or white stabilizer, which will deal with the shadows and also the highlights in the game, and then also you can see your low latency mode that you're in and stuff. And so this is just going to be a quick little look and glance when you are gaming to see some information that's going to be more optimized for gaming instead of just watching movies. And just sticking with the software for a little bit more, so this projector does run WebOS, and I think it's a really good, clean operating system. So you can press the home button and you can see a bunch of different information as far as like what inputs that you do have and different apps that are installed on this projector. And by default, this projector comes with like Netflix and YouTube and Prime Video and Apple TV already installed, but they do have an app store that you can go and download some other premium apps, but also there's a bunch of apps in there that I've never heard of, but it seems like you have a lot of apps in there, but I will say most of the things you might not ever touch. And as far as the speed and performance of this software on the home screen and stuff, it was fine. But in the App Store, it was a little sluggish to kind of get into the store before I can start looking around. In certain areas, it felt a little bit slower than what it would feel like if you did have like an Apple TV plugged in. But the great thing about this software is that for most people, you might not feel the need to have to plug in anything to this projector. Everything is already self-contained, and that's a great thing to have. And I also really like the Magic Lightning remote control that this projector does come with, and it's very similar to the remote control that you get with LG's like regular TVs. And so this has a few different presets for like Netflix and also Prime Video and Disney Plus, so you'll be able to just press those buttons and it'll pop up those apps right there on the projector. But you can also customize the number buttons on this remote control as well. And so this is called quick access, and this allows you to assign certain apps to open up, or actually like to have like certain settings to be able to open up when you do hold down the buttons. So for example, I use YouTube a lot, but there's not a preset on the remote control, but I have it set up to when I hold down the number 1 button for a few seconds, it will go ahead and pop open YouTube. So this is incredibly useful. And this remote control gets the magic in its name from the fact that you can hold it like a magic wand and point it at the screen and move it around, and you'll see this little mouse cursor that comes up, and this allows you to quickly navigate the software on the screen, and then you can press in on the kind of center button there to be able to go inside of an app or go into the settings and stuff. So this allows for really quick scrubbing in YouTube videos, which I use this a lot for. So I can click and hold on that little button and just scrub through the video very, very quickly and very accurately. So I really like this remote control. And then if that wasn't enough, you do have a built-in microphone on this control. So you can press down on the microphone button, and then now you can say, hey, turn the projector off, and it will go ahead and turn that projector off. And you can do certain things like that with voice control. And all these different ways you can control this projector just really give you just some options and flexibility for navigating the software. And some little bonus stuff here is that this projector does support AirPlay 2 and HomeKit, so that works great for Apple devices. And then if you are on Android, for example, it also does support screen sharing. The projector will just show up right there on your phone, and then now you can show what you're doing on your screen. And then another thing is that this projector does support Bluetooth pairing with like Bluetooth speakers. And speaking of speakers and sound quality, I will say that the sound on this projector is better than normal, but it's definitely not going to be like a sound bar replacement. So I will say that the sound from this projector is definitely a little hollow. It falls a little flat, but the one good thing is that it does get really loud. So if you are just kind of taking this projector to your friend's house for the sporting event and they don't have a sound bar, you can turn it up and it's going to drown out a lot of like background noise. It's just not going to give you that really full feeling that you can get from an external audio source like a sound bar. Okay, so wrapping up with this LG CineBeam HU710P. Picture quality out of the box, fantastic. Sound quality, yeah, but I do like the software. I do like the built-in apps already, and I love the remote control, being able to have all these different ways you can control this projector is really good. And I really like the brightness of this projector that goes along with the picture quality. And I did use this as a second screen above my LG TV on a wall that's a dark gray color. And so it's a pretty dark wall, not ideal for a projector, but you can see that it still was pretty decent. And I was able to like watch the UFC fight on that screen and then actually play my video game on the TV below it. But look, I will find that if you're looking for something that's kind of a step up, that you can get a really big image, right, up to 300 inches, that has great 4K quality on it, and that's going to be a different experience for your home theater than just having like a decently sized TV. This projector really delivers on the one main thing, and that is picture quality right out of the gate. So I definitely like it. So I'll leave a link down below to this projector right below this video, and also leave your comment and let me know what you think about this CineBeam projector from LG. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video. Make sure you give this video a like if you did like it. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.